What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video. And David Neres has basically sent out a message to the Premier League clubs, come and get me. He made a very interesting interview which we will talk about in this video, and also we will talk about lots of other Liverpool related transfer news. So if you guys enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like. It just takes a second for you guys to press the like button and it helps me out and shows me that you guys enjoy these videos. And of course, if you are not already, subscribe, turn on the post notification. And David Neres is an explosive 22-year-old Brazilian winger. He is playing at the moment at Copa America and he's having a pretty decent tournament. And he scored 23 goals in the past 2 seasons combined, which is pretty decent numbers. And this is what he said in an interview. Of course, the Premier League interests me. It's the best league in the world and I've always wanted to play there, but I will leave all that in God's hands. I still have a contract and at the moment I'm only thinking of the national team, but I will see what I will do in the future. I don't know what the other Ajax players will do. So David Neres here is hinting that most of the Ajax players will leave the club, or some of the biggest talents will leave the club, not like most of the whole squad, but some of the Ajax players will leave and he is looking to leave as well. And the Premier League is one of the biggest leagues, one of the most exciting leagues in the world, and certainly Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp are interested in him. Many newspapers, including some Liverpool-based or England-based newspapers, are reporting that Jurgen Klopp wants Liverpool to sign Ajax star David Neres ahead of Premier League rivals like Everton, Arsenal and Chelsea, but I think we can rule out Chelsea because they have a transfer ban. And David Neres' performances have caught the attention of the Premier League, because in the Premier League, in the Champions League, David Neres has been electric, and in the Eredivisie as well. He scored a famous goal at Real Madrid. So he scored 12 goals this season and 14 goals last season, which is like not crazy numbers, but if you consider that David Neres is only 22 years old, he's a really exciting young winger who can go past people. He's very fast, he has a lot of skills, dribbling skills, and also the decision making. And I think under Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp he could develop into a world-class talent. And David Neres had a major decision to make in the January transfer window. He was actually close to leave for China because a Chinese club made a crazy $45 million dollar deal. They made a... So David Neres also... A Chinese club made a 40 million euro offer in January for David Neres, and he was actually thinking long and hard about it. But he said that he's glad that he didn't go. So this is what he said about that January potential transfer. I might not be part of the Brazilian national team otherwise. I'm glad I didn't go. I didn't have a very good time back then. I didn't play every game for Ajax, and it was a good offer from China that they gave me. I talked to everyone, including my family, about what would be the best, and I'm happy with the decision that I made together with Ajax. We had that fantastic campaign in the Champions League with victories over Real Madrid and Juventus, and we almost knocked out Tottenham. So I think it was the right choice. And I agree, because David Neres' probably best 6 months at Ajax came in the second half of the season, and especially in the Champions League. He became a really big star in the Champions League with that run, knocking out Real Madrid and Juventus, and almost they were this close to knocking out Tottenham as well. And the Ajax sporting director Mark Overmars said that they already rejected a 50 million pound deal from a Chinese club for David Neres, and they will only sell David Neres if they can get the big bucks, big money for his services, because Ajax are aware that they cannot sell their whole team and replace their entire starting 11 in one summer. Frankie de Jong is already going to Barcelona, and Matthijs de Ligt, Onana, Hakim Ziyech, David Neres, these are players, even Van den Beek, these are players that are heavily linked with clubs across Europe, and yeah, half of the Ajax team is linked with Liverpool as well, and I really hope that we at least sign one superstar from Ajax. If I had the choice, I would choose David Neres. He's the player that excites me the most. Hakim Ziyech is also a very big talent, but he's 26 years old. Maybe David Neres has a bigger potential than Hakim Ziyech for the future, but of course David Neres, because of that, would cost a lot more as well. And of course David Neres is playing with current Liverpool players Alisson and Firmino, so hopefully they can tell him what a great club Liverpool is, how well he would settle in with other Brazilians. We have Fabinho as well. So I think David Neres would be very wise to choose Liverpool if Liverpool were to come in for him. And as I said, the newspapers in England are reporting that Jurgen Klopp is a big fan of David Neres, and he wants, it's well documented that Jurgen Klopp wants a young attacking player, either a winger or a striker, who can come in and sometimes deputize, sometimes replace Mane or Salah on the wing. And according to reports in the Daily Mail, Liverpool are facing some competition for David Neres. Everton and Atletico Madrid are among the clubs that are interested in Neres. AS, the Spanish newspaper, claim that Atletico Madrid are looking at David Neres as a potential transfer target, and they want a replacement for Antoine Griezmann, who could go to Barcelona or another club. It's going to be very interesting. And David Neres has had a good season. As I already said, he scored 12 goals, but he also gave 15 assists for Ajax this season. So he contributed to 27 goals in total, which is a very good number. And interestingly, the Everton player Richarlison, who is playing for the Brazilian national team, this is what he told the Liverpool Echo after Brazil's win over Bolivia at the Copa America. I've spoken to Neres about the transfer already. He's referring to Everton trying to sign Neres as well. I told him the doors are open for him there and that he could help us a lot. I hope he comes. He would be very welcome there. I've known him since we played together for the Brazil under-20 side, and he's a guy I get along with really well. Hopefully I will see him at Everton. Wow, that's interesting. So David Neres is being persuaded by all kinds of directions, from all kinds of directions. Richarlison is talking to him to come to Everton. I'm sure that Alisson and Firmino are talking to him to come to Liverpool as well. These young players are probably in a very good position to decide which club they choose next, but I think it's one of the biggest decisions of David Neres' career, because if he chooses the wrong club, and I'm not sure if Everton is the right club for David Neres. Yes, he could shine at Everton and start almost every game and maybe make a case for himself to sign for a bigger club later, but if it doesn't work out and if he doesn't light up the Premier League at Everton, which could happen because Everton don't have the world-class players that Liverpool have or that other top clubs have, then where do you go from there? If you fail at Everton, it's only downhill from there. So it's a big risk. Whether if you fail at Liverpool, you can still go to another decently sized club, while if you fail at Everton, it's very difficult to sign for a bigger club later. So it's going to be very interesting what the decision of David Neres will be in the future. But of course I want him to come to Liverpool because I think it would be a brilliant transfer for him and for Liverpool as well. As I said, we need a backup for Mane, for Salah, and David Neres could be exactly the kind of player that could replace either Mane or Salah short term in the team for 1 or 2 games, because he has lightning pace, he's lightning quick, he has bags of tricks, he can go past people, he can score, he can assist. I mean, scoring 12 goals and getting 15 assists as a 22-year-old, that's no mean feat. That's actually a very good number. And now it looks like that he's a starting player for Brazil as well. So good luck to him at the Copa America. Good luck to all the Liverpool players at the Copa America. And I really hope that that Liverpool in the end will be able to sign David Neres, but it would probably take around 60 to 70 million pounds to sign him, because he's a very hyped player after the Champions League run, so we shall wait and see. And wow, this is a weird story. So Ryan Sessegnon, we are linked with him again, and it looks like one of the journalists, Dean Jones, has made the claim that Ryan Sessegnon, who is still a very young player, is like 19 years old, his talent is obvious, and he just got relegated with Fulham, and Liverpool have a habit of signing one player from a relegated side for the past like summer transfer windows in a row. We signed Robertson, we signed Shaqiri, we signed Wijnaldum. Before that, all of them came from relegated sides. But it looks like Dean Jones, the journalist, is claiming that Ryan Sessegnon doesn't want to join Liverpool because they are not in London, and he doesn't want to relocate and move to Liverpool, even though he is a Liverpool fan. So I highly doubt these claims, but it's a very interesting one. So I wanted to tell you guys, I wanted to talk about it. Ryan Sessegnon did okay for relegated Fulham. Of course, he didn't have the best of seasons, but there is potential, and he can play left back and left wing as well. And I think he would be an ideal backup for Robertson. And I don't really believe that Ryan Sessegnon wouldn't want to join Liverpool. I think it's more of a case that we are maybe not really interested in him. It's going to be interesting what kind of transfer fee he would command, because if it's not too expensive, I would be willing to say that Ryan Sessegnon would be an ideal replacement for Moreno, who left the club, because we need a backup for Andrew Robertson, and Ryan Sessegnon is a very, very talented, very good player. And if he doesn't cost like 30 or 40 million pounds, I would say let's go for it. And Ryan Sessegnon has been growing up as a Liverpool fan. He said that in numerous interviews. He even has a Steven Gerrard shirt at home. So I'm not sure if these claims are legit, that he wouldn't want to join European Champions League winners Liverpool. I mean, who wouldn't want to join Liverpool, especially Ryan Sessegnon, who is a boyhood Liverpool fan? I mean, seriously, that claim from the journalist is a little bit suspect. One of the Rangers players, Tavernier, is already impressed with the Liverpool youngster Ojo, who has joined Rangers on loan, and this is what he said about him. I have heard some good news about Shea Ojo. I heard Don Coway, who was at Wigan with him, said he was a really good player, so he's obviously as excited, an exciting player for us to get. I've seen in the past couple of days how strong a runner he is. I can't wait to see him out on the pitch properly. I'm sure that Ojo is a very fast player who can run really, really fast, and I think that he will be a success at the Scottish club Rangers. Under Steven Gerrard, I think he will find a position for him in the team, and physically Ojo is the strongest and the quickest out of the trio of Harry Wilson, Ryan Kent and Ojo. So maybe physically he's suited to the Scottish League, which is also a very physical league, maybe even more physical than the Premier League, if you can say that. But Ojo has to put the performances even. If Ojo is a success at Rangers, he could have a chance to come back to Liverpool and be a squad player maybe next season. So good luck to Ojo. And Grujic, Marco Grujic, has spent the last 2 years out on loan at Cardiff and then at Hertha Berlin, and he had a very, very good season at Hertha, a much better season than he had at Cardiff. He even scored some goals, and he was a regular for the Bundesliga side, which finished comfortably in mid-table in the Bundesliga. But the Liverpool Echo is reporting that Jurgen Klopp still has a very high opinion on Marco Grujic, and he doesn't want to sell him right now. So Marco Grujic will join pre-season with Liverpool, and then we will see whether there are clubs who are willing to loan him again, because Liverpool, even though Grujic would probably command a transfer fee of 20 million and Liverpool would want at least 22 million for Grujic, we don't want to sell him. According to this report, Jurgen Klopp wants to keep him at the club, and he wants to maybe give him a chance in pre-season and see if he improved much since last summer. And if he improved a lot, he could have a place in the Liverpool midfield. But Liverpool have so many midfielders, and with Milner, Henderson and Lallana still at Liverpool, I don't see a place even on the bench most of the games for Grujic. So for his own development, it's better to loan him out right now to another club who could play him regularly, and then when he comes back next summer, maybe Milner will be sold when he's 34 years old next summer, maybe Lallana will leave, and then there would be a place for Grujic. So that's what I would do, but let me know, what would you do? And Liverpool have improved dramatically under Jurgen Klopp. There was a list of the 20 most valuable teams in Europe as per the Express report, and Liverpool are now second in that valuation. Manchester City are apparently the most valuable squad, not the club itself, but the squad's value. If you add up all the players' potential transfer value, what they would sell for in today's market, apparently Liverpool have the second highest or most valuable squad after Manchester City. And Liverpool's squad is valued at £1 billion. That is mental. I mean, Manchester City's squad is valued at 1.05 billion. Barcelona is third with like 960 million. Chelsea is fourth apparently. Maybe this was before they sold Eden Hazard. Atletico is fifth. Paris Saint-Germain is sixth. Tottenham seventh. Real Madrid only in 8th place, and Man United only in 9th. That's a little bit of a surprise, especially that Real Madrid are only in 8th place. But after they sold Cristiano Ronaldo, their biggest asset, that's why probably their squad is not as valued as some others. Bayern Munich are in 10th place, Juventus only in 11th, Arsenal 12th, Dortmund 13th, Napoli 14th, Inter 15th. Another valuation is that caught my eye is Tottenham's valuation, who after reaching the Champions League final, their squad's value have soared and overtaken the likes of Real Madrid, Manchester United, Bayern Munich and Juventus, and even Arsenal. Tottenham's squad is valued 200 million more than Arsenal. How far Arsenal have fallen, and what a turnaround, what an improvement under Mauricio Pochettino Tottenham made. Hats off to them, congratulations to Tottenham about that, that's brilliant. And Sadio Mane apparently is the best all-round finisher in England, and there are statistics which apparently prove that. So a new stat is going around that truly shows what an underrated and brilliant all-round attacker Sadio Mane is. Mane was the only player to score 5 goals or more with his right foot, 5 goals or more with his left foot, and 5 goals or more with his head. That's a very, very difficult thing to do, to score 5 or more goals with left, right and your head. I mean, try to do that just in a 5-a-side football season and you will see how difficult it is, never mind in an 11-a-side professional league like the Premier League and the Champions League. So hats off to Sadio Mane, and I really hope that Sadio Mane keeps scoring 20-25 goals at least next season. But if he can keep improving, I can't see a reason why Mane couldn't score 30 plus goals for Liverpool next season, because he is that good of a finisher. So good luck to Sadio Mane and to the whole Liverpool team. I'm really looking forward to pre-season and covering that for you guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.